As a business owner, I'm always testing out my inventory before I post it on my website. And my latest texture I'm testing out is this beautiful 4C texture. And what I want to do is I want to see how well it holds the curl. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how I got this gorgeous hairstyle using some curlers that I got from AliExpress. So let's just jump right into the tutorial. If you're familiar with my website, HairDeLaCreme.com, you would know my famous Nubian Goddess Kinky Curly, and that sells like hotcakes. And I wanted to add another curly texture that mimics the 4C girls. So I reached out to my vendor. I asked if they sold 12A 4C curly hair. They said they did, and I decided to just give it a test run before I made it public on my website. So here you'll see that I am going to co-wash my bundles. I actually used 3 bundles of 18 inches and I made them into a U-part wig. So here you can see I'm co-washing the hair, and you can see how gorgeous the curls are. Now I left a little bit of conditioner in the hair because that's gonna help me set my curls. But right here, I'm just giving you guys just a texture shot on what it looks like once it's been co-washed and detangled, and it's so gorgeous. I just love it so much. So anyway, I'm gonna use like my dupe to curl reformers. I think so, that's what they're called, that I purchased from AliExpress. I'll put the link below on the store that I purchased it from, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try the style. Now I wanted to try this style on my natural hair, but my hair is just going through something. I think when I caught COVID, my hair just started to shed and thin out. So I'm not really happy with the way my natural hair is looking, but I'm like, why not test it out on this 4C texture? So this is literally my first time trying this technique out, and it was a fail that first roll. First of all, the packet came with a hook, and I didn't know that the hook came with extenders. So I'm using the hook, the first piece of the extender, and I'm trying to pull that extender through with the hair, and it was just an absolute fail. I was just like, this is gonna take the longest time. It was a super difficult struggle, and I'm just like, ugh, my mannequin head wouldn't stay up. It was just an epic fail. Now when I looked inside the packet again, I did find the extender, but again, I didn't notice that there were 3 pieces to the extender, so I'm just using 2 pieces. And this one was just a little bit better. I was able to slide the roller across the extender and then pulling it through. That was a difficult part, but it was a success. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna continue that process with detangling the section, hooking the extender through, or the crochet needle, I guess that's what it's called, through, and then pulling the hair through. I found that when you pull the hair through, you have to actually like mold the roller into like the curl pattern that it is, because it just looks a little wonky. And I'm just gonna go ahead and continue on with the process, just showing you guys me just pulling the hair through, latching it and pulling it through. One tip that may help you guys, that I feel like helped me, and I think maybe it's because, again, my stick was not long enough, is to hold the base of it and pull through. And you can see Tamia just in the background, just watching mommy. Look, this is going to be in the next 10 years, you're going to see this little YouTuber. You see her just learning from me, and she's just looking at as much I'm struggling to pull the hair through. So it was definitely a struggle. But like I said, once you're able to pull the hair through, you can go ahead and just like form the curls the way it's supposed to be. So again, I'm just going to continue doing this. Now, the packet that I bought, I believe was like 32 in the packet, and it came with 2 different colors. So it came with an orange and it came with a pink. I don't know what the difference is. I think when I purchased it like a different width or a different length. You're gonna see in this clip right here, you're gonna see the pink rollers, but I used about a pack and maybe like 6 or 7 extra rollers to complete this whole look. I will pause this video to see if I can count how many I have, but I feel like I have a total of 40 or 42 rollers in the hair. Also, you can see with the way that I sewed my U-part wig, you see that there's like a gap in between the spaces. Now, this hair is super thick, and I didn't want to have too much hair in my unit, as you saw before how full it was. So I did leave enough space when I was sewing this unit together, this U-part wig together. But once the hair is like naturally dry, or you'll see like the after with these curls, because the hair is so thick, you won't see that super gap. So just ignore that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the pink rollers because I ran out of my orange, and I'm gonna continue to do that until I get to the top. I did focus on all the oranges on the bottom first because I didn't know if it was a different, like, you see, look at the struggle. Look at me struggling. Like, it was hard. It was hard. But anyway, I don't had like a rhyme or reason as to why I put the orange on the bottom and the pink on the top, but I thought maybe they had their own curl pattern. So I did let these curls sit for about 24 hours, and now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull it apart. And I was actually shocked that the hair actually stayed. I put no product. Like I said, I left a little bit of conditioner in the hair. And the reason why I decided to not put product is I want to make sure that my hair texture that I'm selling is low maintenance. So you don't have to go out and buy a specific brand or product to mimic this look. So for this style, literally it had just a little bit of leftover of that Aussie Moist. So if the only product you need to go ahead and purchase once I make this available on my website, it's just going to be Aussie Moist to just like co-wash the hair. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue to pull the rollers out and then just curling the hair in the pattern that it's supposed to be. And then after I finish pulling all the rollers out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start separating the curls so that it's not giving me a Shirley Temple, but it's giving me more of a chic kind of look. Now that all the curls are out, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and now separate each curl. And once I separate each curl, I'm gonna go ahead and try to form it back into its curl. It did get frizzy at some points, but I also feel like the reason why it did get frizzy is because I didn't have any product in it. So it's just dry, but I still like the way it looks because it's not really uniformed and it looks good. But I wanted to pay attention to like rolling the ends so that the ends are not as frizzy. So I'm going in and I'm separating the curls, making sure that I'm also hiding the gaps in between I still can't say it, in between my tracks. There we go. So that if the wind blows, you don't really see it. So this is what the hair looks like with me separating the curls. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna install the unit on my head. Now, with installing the unit on my head, I was too lazy to have leave out, and plus I didn't even curl my leave out. So I'm just gonna do like an invisible kind of method by just tacking some bobby pins to my hair. So I'm trying to get the U part to be as close as possible to my hair. Some people do like the crochet method, which I did a short on the crochet method. If you didn't check it out, I'll link it above. But I'm just using bobby pins to just pin my wig on, and then I'm going to just basically like tangle tease or distress like the roots so you don't see where I bobby pin the hair in, and then I'm just gonna like push the bobby pins in because you could see that it's kind of shiny. But that's basically how I'm doing it, just to make it look like an invisible. It's growing out of my scalp. The curls was still too uniform, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the curls out so that it's not so uniformed and it looks a little bit chic. Like I said, not giving me that like 12-year-old kind of hairstyle, but more of a grown woman-ish style. And this is the final look, guys. I'm actually gonna try to straighten this hair out as well and see how it reverts back before I actually launch it on my website in January 2023. If you're interested in pre-ordering this hair, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, leave them below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.